So I'll read the caption. John Kirby, the White House national security spokesman, said the U.S. was not involved in any way to the drone attacks on the Kremlin. This after Putin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said Ukraine carried out the alleged drone attack acting on the orders of or from the U.S. So let's listen to this. This video is about a minute long, and then we can close out, Nick, here.
We're still trying to gather information about what happened, and we just don't have conclusive evidence one way or the other. I know there's lots of questions, but we just don't have conclusive evidence. One thing I can tell you for certain is that the United States was not involved in this incident in any way, contrary to Mr. Peskov's lies. That's what they are, just lies. So we're still looking at this. We haven't come to any conclusions one way or the other. We're going to try to learn more, but let's not label it a report or an investigation or anything like that. We're doing the best we can to try to find out what happened. We're still trying to ascertain exactly what happened here and do the best we can. And we're going to be humble about this, Jeremy. It may be that we'll never fully understand exactly what happened here. Aware of any private conversations between us and Russian officials over this alleged drone attack. I mean, it just happened yesterday. But I mean, I think we've been pretty clear that what Mr. Peskov says is just a blatant, bald lie. And I don't know that we need to privately convey that to him.
I don't know if you notice, I'm going to turn off the sound. When he comes up on a big lie, he begins to get pink and red. Like when he starts to come up and then he gets red, like he's normal. And then he gets real pink and red as he gets closer and closer to telling the bold-faced lie. Right here, his face is getting redder. And then they cut to this video. But when they come back to him, you can clearly see him. And then he tells us another lie at the end where he just, like, he has a tail where he's, at least in this video, where he clearly, like, on those specific points, yeah, there are liars. Like, you can clearly see him getting red in the face. Why is that to me? That's what I would question in that video. But John Kirby, that's all I got on this segment. Yeah,
that boy John Kirby has been on a run. He's been on a tear as White House propagandist, flying about every single conflict all over the world without shame. So yeah, that's the segment on the corporate media pushing unhinged conspiracy theories. Never forget that conspiracy theory is a term that was created by the CIA and intelligence agencies, so you wouldn't question the government. Then whenever you question the government, whenever you tell the truth about, for example, the Ukraine war, any war that we had, they would call those people conspiracy theorists, and they would decry the thought of pushing these quote-unquote conspiracy theories with no evidence. But then if you hear them talk about any other country, and you hear the conspiracy theories that they tell you about other countries, you can tell that they don't really mean it. So I'm going to give you guys an example, and I'll pass to you, CJ, for announcement.
Yeah, for sure.
The DPRK, which the left and the global left need to decolonize their mind on and realize that everything they was told about the DPRK was a lie. The Western aggression against the DPRK is the result of their failed attempt at taking over the Korean Peninsula and the Korean people resisting capitalism in the Western Empire. The Western government genocided millions of Korean people, napalm millions of Korean people. But they want you to hate this country that they tell you is uniquely evil. That is,
love to use that.
That is forcing people to eat rats. They don't have a functioning society, no electricity. But then every once in a while, because the stories you hear about the DPRK, North Korea is so crazy, you have an independent journalist or investigator. They will go to the country. They will go to North Korea like, wait, people are in the streets eating rats. They're being executed. There's no food nowhere. So they will go to North Korea like, what? This crazy tyrannical government is what's telling them, we got to see what's going on. So then they get there and they're like, wait, this shit's kind of normal. What the fuck is I mean, obviously things can be better, but it's not the decaying, decrepit society that the West will tell you. Do you guys want to know the reaction? You want to know how neocons deal with the fact that people can go to the DPRK and literally see what they tell you about that country is not real? You want to know what they tell you? They say that the DPRK sets up fake cities, and they set up these tourist areas where they know they're like, we know people are going to be here, so we're going to set up fake cities So when people come here, it may seem normal, but they actually got parts of the society that they're trying to hide from you. So they're showing you the good part of society because they don't want the tourists to see the bad part. What does that sound like? That's the United States.
Like here. I was just about to say that sounds like here.
That's North America. That's Central America. Essentially every country where you like when people go to Mexico, right? When people go to California, they go to tourist locations because they want to see the nice part of those society. You don't go to fucking Skid Row when you're on vacation in California.
No.
You're not going to the hood in Mexico. So they take that fact and like, oh my God, people. Then you're missing the concentration camp. People go there. People go to DPRK and they say, we don't see no concentration camps. We're not seeing people starving in the streets. They're like, well, you're just in the good part. And people repeat that shit. That's a long-winded example of how they would just push conspiracy theories and no one will question it. No one will question it. Like there's still the unhinged conspiracy theory about the Uyghur genocide in China because some Uyghur population are discontent with the Chinese government. So since there's a minority group in China that is discontent with their government, that means there must be a genocide going on, CJ. That's the logical conclusion that you would jump to. It's not like there's any other minority population in any other country that have hang-ups over their government. I don't know. It's almost like there's no minority groups like the Palestinians, like African Americans in the United States.
I know. I was going to say, wouldn't they describe us?
But anyway, I think you guys get my point. That's my last little rant. CJ, I pass to you because decolonize your mind. Do not believe bullshit that the Western government say about their nemesis.